We had hunted hard for the last few days and had several encounters. We decided to go back up and look for the big bull we had seen on the second night.
We were up early that next morning, hiking those trails to those ridges before daylight.
We could hear a bull moving his way up from the drainage up to this one ridge. So we do a little bit of setup and some cow calling. Next thing you know, we've got a bull that's coming in, straight on.
You know, I could see that he was getting on point and getting a little tense as I was calling, and all of a sudden I saw him pull up and draw.
And he stops. He's looking straight up at me. Vitals are completely covered. All I can see are his head and his horns.
And then he held it and held it and held it, and I was just waiting for the string to pop off, and it didn't happen.
Something spooked him, and he knew something wasn't right. So he backed up and he went about another 45, 50 yards away from us. So I made a motion for Greg to get on the other side of the ridge so this bull would come up and over this ridge, giving me hopefully a nice broadside shot at about 30 yards in this pretty decent size opening. Can't get it to happen. I end up pulling back on this bull 3 different times in the morning. And it just happens to be that it's the big bull that we saw a few nights before. So we backed out of there, kind of making a call that we're going to come back tonight, but we're going to set up in a different area because we know that they keep playing back and forth between these 2 ridges. But one of the common denominators, they're always through this bottom.
The difficult part of this hunt is that we knew where he was at, we knew where we left him, and the wind was terrible for us when we got there. I mean, it was absolutely terrible. We were there at 4:30, and we had to absolutely sit down until after 6 o'clock. And it was the most difficult thing to do because we knew that bull was there. The wind switched for us, and when it did, we slipped up there. He started bugling pretty much where we left him.
Well, this bull keeps getting closer and closer.
So I figured he was about 200 yards away. Then I got back on the bugle. I started just little squeals, and he got a little bit more aggressive, and as he got more aggressive, I got more aggressive.
It was starting to get pretty dark in the timber, and we had about a half an hour left of shooting light.
I was so far back I couldn't see what was happening, but I could envision in my mind what was happening because he was talking so much that I could tell that he was coming really tight.
Greg starts bugling over this bull's bugle, and this just infuriates this bull, and you can just hear the intensity in his roar when he's coming down this hill. I could see his horns passing through some of the openings in the timber. and I drew back. I followed him for about 5 yards, and then he stopped, and he was looking straight at me. And I thought, not again. I just went through this morning.
Damn it, buddy. Thank you. Good calling. I appreciate all the help all week. Man, I just got him. He just came in, and when I started ripping on him, he freaked out. And I knew, I said, he's got to be right on top of you. I'm telling you, I heard that noise. And I was like, is that a bear? And I went, no, that's got to be his dying breaths. I was smiling on ear to ear because I knew that we had succeeded in what our goal was this year, which is to get Bob out there, get a bull down for him. And I was a pretty happy man when I walked up there and saw that thing laying on the ground.
For this to happen, the last half an hour of my hunt was a blessing. It's like the man up above looked down and said, hey, here's something to make you feel a little bit better about things.